Hi, here's Katherine Bihlmeier, and I'm the author of a book with Soul on Fire. Grab it, get it, practice it. It's an amazing, down-to-earth book, very easy to understand, very easy to do the exercises, and it's for all topics of your life, and with new perspective, and it can be so helpful. For many people, they write to me that they have always the book wherever they go with them. And whenever there is a situation, they just, like heaviness or sadness, emotions, difficulties, challenges, whatever, they just open the book up and do the practice, the practical exercise with it. And today, I come also with a practical exercise. It's our daily exercise to really get connected with a different world, a different life. Through these exercises, remember, you do not need to believe those exercises. You don't even need to believe in God. I can just tell you that I had really troubles with the word God. Years, even to speak like that, taking it in my mouth. I had really troubles with all that because it was so strong with all this religion. So what happened is that I healed all that, what happened in the name of God with a religion. And it doesn't matter in which religion you look, there is always kind of interesting things. And everyone is allowed, of course, to have their thought, feelings, emotions with whatever and their choices. So, I go with the choices which God brings me and which are helping me for my next steps to grow, and also bringing me more joy, more happiness, more ease in my life. So today I bring you the exercise 183, and the idea of today is I call upon God's name and on my own. And the exercises are here that you read it, that you listen to the voice message here on YouTube, and that you keep on repeating the idea of the day. The idea of today is I call upon God's name and on my own. God's name is holy, but not holier than yours. To call upon His name is but to call upon your own. A father gives his son his name, and thus identifies the son with him. His brothers share his name, and thus are they united in a bond to which they turn for their identity. Your father's name reminds you who you are, even within a world that does not know, even though if you have not remembered it. God's name cannot be heard without response, nor said without an echo in the mind that calls you to remember. Say His name, and you invite the angels to surround the ground on which you stand and sing to you as they spread out their wings to keep you safe and shelter you from every worldly thought that would intrude upon your holiness. Repeat God's name, and all the world responds by laying down illusions. Every dream the world holds dear has suddenly gone by, and where it seemed to stand, you find a star, a miracle of grace. The sick arise, healed of their sicky thoughts. The blind can see, the deaf can hear. The sorrowful cast off their mourning and the tears of pain are dried as happy laughter comes to bless the world. Repeat the name of God, and little names have lost their meaning. No temptation but becomes a meaningless and unwanted thing before God's name. Repeat His name and see how easily you will forget the names of all gods you valued. They have lost the name of God you gave them. They become anonymous and valueless to you. Although before you let the name of God replace their little names, you stood before them worshipfully, naming them as gods. Repeat the name of God and call upon yourself. Whose name is it? Whose name is His? Repeat His name, and all the tiny nameless things on earth slip into right perspective. Those who call upon the name of God cannot mistake the nameless for the name, nor sin for grace, nor bodies for the Holy Son of God. And should you join a brother as you sit with him in silence and repeat God's name along with him, within your quiet mind, you have established there an altar which reaches to God Himself and to His Son. Practicing but this today, repeat God's name slowly again and still again. Become obvious to every name but His. Hear nothing else. Let all your thoughts become anchored on His, on this. No other word we use except at the beginning, when we say today's idea but once, and then God's name becomes our only thought, our only word, the only thing that occupies our minds, the only wish we have, the only sound with any meaning, and the only name of everything that we desire to see, of everything that we would call our own. Thus, do we give an invitation which can never be refused? And God will come and answer it Himself. Think not He hears the little prayers of those who call on Him. With names of idols cherished by the world, they cannot reach Him thus. He cannot hear requests that He be not Himself, or that His Son receive another name than His. Repeat God's name and you acknowledge Him as sole creator of reality, and you acknowledge also that His Son is part of Him, creating in His name. Sit silently and let His name become the all-encompassing idea that holds you, that holds your mind completely. Let all thoughts be still except this one, and to all other thoughts respond with this, and see God's name replace the 1,000 little names you gave your thoughts, not realizing that there is one name for all there is, and all that there will be. Today you can achieve a state in which you will experience the gift of grace. You can escape all bondage of the world and give the world the same release you found. You can remember what the world forgot and offer it your own remembering. You can accept today the part you play in its salvation and your own as well, and both can be accomplished perfectly. Turn to the name of God for your release, and it is given you. No prayer, but this is necessary for it holds them all within it. Words are insignificant, and all requests are needed when God's Son calls on his Father's name. His Father's thoughts become his own. He makes his claim to all his fathers gave, is given still and will forever give. He calls on him to let all things he thought he made be nameless now, and in their place the holy name of God becomes his judgment of their worthlessness. All little things are silent, little sounds are soundless now. The little things of earth have disappeared. The universe consists of nothing but the Son of God who calls upon his Father, and his Father's voice gives answers and his Father's holy name. In this eternal, still relationship in which communication far transcends all words, and yet exceeds in depth and height whatever words could possibly convey, is peace eternal. In our Father's name, we would and will experience this peace today, and in his name it shall be given us, shall be given you. So that was it for today, dear lovely being, and light and love being in God. I wish you a lovely experience here. And I can just tell in just reading you this, even that it's not my real home language, it brings peace and it brings me back home. It brings joy and fun and stillness again. So let me know in a comment what you experience after that, when you let it sink in stillness. Thank you for watching it. Thank you for sharing it, for commenting, for subscribing, for following on Insta and Facebook, and to show up again and listen to it. Thank you for getting in contact with me. If you feel like trapped or challenged, or you want to change anything in your life, just contact me and we will see how we can change it with God and Jesus Christ energy. Thank you. Bye for now. This was Katherine Bihlmeier, coach, mentor, spiritual teacher, bodyworker and bodywork teacher. Bye for now.